Oh, well, just stay in there, man. Now, come on, talk some soccer. Fuck it. Why
Well, you ain't
not?
gonna be able to see him. You heard me?
Yeah,
You ain't
I
gonna be
know.
able to see him.
The Phantom, yes.
The Phantom guest. 2 minutes left. NHL Finals. Gonna see Ovechkin finally get a chip.
That's what I'm talking about, Heather. Let him know, man. It ain't, Heather said it ain't over yet. It's still 2 minutes
It
left.
ain't over yet. Okay, we'll see.
Let him know it's not over till the fat lady say. She
Not
said
that-
she still have hope.
Not that many fat ladies in Vegas, I don't think.
Yeah, it is. A lot of fat ladies in Vegas. Fat people all over the world, bro. They're chilling. Shit, just trying to make it. Adam, man, I'm trying to make it. Put 2 and 2 together, man, so I can make it happen. How you doing?
He's over there crying.
He ain't coming.
He's doing his show, doing something. I told him to come in there. Shout out to Febreze, the Yaga movement. All right, Saturdays. Shout out to Lady T. Don't disturb this groove on Saturdays. All right, check those out. Radio Phoenix. Shout out to Sincerely Soulful. That's tomorrow. That's at 7. Check them out. RadioPhoenix.org. Shout out to Rise, DJ Hockey Chuck. Check him out on Wednesdays. We got some good shows on this station. Okay, 3 minutes.
You already ran the billboard?
Yeah, I did. Remember, it kept messing up, so I had to run the billboard first. But we coming on right now anyway. I mean, time's good. Yeah, this thing always messes. I don't know what's going on with that, man.
We probably had their asses laughing up in there listening to the Cleveland song. Ooh, they lost. Good job.
Yeah,
We
that's
2
it.
games. We 2 games behind them, out of first place. We did the same thing last year. The Dodgers.
Oh, yeah. Man, we're coming on right now.
That song made me feel better about you, man. That was a better song. A couple weird noises and strange sounds, but it was dope.
Mark My Word Sports Show back for the second hour, and shout out to Facebook Live, getting a little debate with the NHL Finals, and it looks like it's a final that the Capitals.
We still
We're
got
going
29
to-
seconds left. We ain't trying to hear that final stuff yet.
The Capitals are gonna be NHL champions.
They gonna score 2 goals in 29 seconds.
We'll see. I doubt that. So
We got a special guest here to talk about soccer. It
Put some respect on my game. Put some respect on my game, y'all. Yaga, what it do?
Hey, first time I heard that dude was like 1983 or 85.
Oh my God! You know what? Put some respect on.
What's
the
his
game.
name? Lando Galarriga? Lando Galarriga. He the best thing that ever happened to soccer.
Hey, you know what? You should have hear this on the news today about the top richest athletes
Oh, I heard
in the
it, man.
world.
It's
And
only one of them. It's only one.
Matt Ryan is number 7.
So what?
Football is
It's
7.
only one
Top-
soccer.
top
It
three.
was like Neymar 1, It ain't over. It ain't over.
Number 3 is Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, actually, what's his name?
Cristiano Ronaldo's number 1.
Who was number 1 again?
No,
LeBron, right?
No, boxing. Boxing.
Oh
is
yeah,
number 1.
Mayweather.
Mayweather is number 1.
And then number 3 was your boy McGregor.
Yes, indeed.
I remember. And
yes,
then like number
indeed.
4 or 5 was Neymar.
Neymar is like 4 or 5.
Right.
And Messi, Cristiano Ronaldo is like number 2. And then Messi's number 3.
No, we just said, how's he gonna be number 3?
No.
And we just said McGregor was number 3.
No, McGregor's number 4.
Oh, you all over the place, man.
McGregor is number 4. I'm
No,
telling you.
McGregor was number 3.
Now, we all have the internet and everything. Y'all could actually look this up. Okay? Instead of trying to debate when was what. This ain't 1985.
Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying, man, this man comes up in here talking about this the most... Okay, we talked about soccer enough, man.
That's right.
You got about 6 soccer fans in the whole country. I keep telling you, one of them.
What I'm saying.
I like the fans, though. The fan violence, I looked it up. The fan violence for soccer games. Y'all get brutal over there.
Hey,
It's like a gang fight between the Crip and Blood, a legal gang
oh,
fight
you know,
between the Crips
been
and
fight outside the stadium, right? They be fighting like
Yeah.
fight clubs.
I seen it. It was the blue crowd versus the red crowd, and they had their beer, and next year it was like 40 to 50 people on each side.
And they'll run each other.
And then
like
they run at each other. It's like a battle royale. It's like awesome. Like, this is better than the mosh pit. I watched it on the thing.
Yeah, and it's gonna happen in Russia, man.
And then they be having drums. Doom, doo, 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 doo. It's like the Africans, like everybody from Uganda. Doom, doo, 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 doo. And they be having songs.
Forever, man.
They be singing songs. It be lit in the soccer games. You know, you might be old or something. I might have to go to one. It be lit.
Hey, you know, I got my money on Mexico this year. This
Hey,
year, man.
the little dudes was running around.
You know what
I
I'm
seen them.
saying?
They was out there running around. They looking fast. Running around. Pow! Go!
Go, that's all. Hey, 2026, the World Cup might be in the United States, man. What's your thinking of that, man? More money, you know what I'm saying?
For who?
For all of us. For
It ain't going in my pocket.
Isn't that what Trump just did? He just
They
went
should
in.
put it in Wakanda.
Well, you know, that would be the next thing. That's like
They
20,
should put it in
30.
Wakanda. Hey,
That's
why you
20,
didn't
30
tell
right
us that
there.
they was living like that over in Africa, man? We could have been kicking it a long time ago.
That's 2030. We're going to be going out there.
They on the Wakanda really like that? I see some stuff today, and the Wakandan police is killing folks.
Hey, you know, I keep on telling Wakanda is actually a real place. You know what I'm saying?
I know. I had to tell my son that. He didn't believe me. He was like, "It's a real place." I said, "No, Wakanda's real."
Shout out to Wakanda, Illinois, Wakanda, Michigan, y'all.
Wakanda from the Wakanda.
So it is a final, man.
Yeah.
It's a final. The
All right,
Capitals
Heather.
are the NHL
Yeah.
champions right now.
We can give
Yes,
it to him.
finally.
Hey,
They
Scott Pele,
Finally,
Pele.
man.
4-3. So shout out to DC.
That's right, Chocolate
Champions.
City.
Speaking of, since DC
Yeah.
just won the championship. Now you said one of these players said he didn't want to.
Oh,
go
he's not
see
going
Trump.
to go see Trump.
And who was that?
Scott Devontae Smith Pele.
He's not going to go see Trump.
He's black.
Okay, so he's the Eagle. Situation.
But here's my question. Here's the interesting part of it. Does the rest of his team support him?
No, I'm pretty sure
You know
they
what?
don't. I'm pretty sure they.
That's how I want to spend it. How we can
I
get
think
into it.
I think they're going to support him from afar because this is a DC team. So you know there's going to be all kinds of fans there, and then if he's vocal about not going because of Trump, there's going to be a huge backlash. And so I don't think they will support him, but from afar.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let me give you a little bit of history. Jackie Robinson, right?
Mhm.
When he first got into the Dodgers lineup, that he first broke into the big leagues. At first, Duke Snider was the only player that really came over to him and kicked it with him.
Right.
But as the season wore on, the rest of the Dodgers came around. And they said, well, if he's not allowed to stay in this hotel, we're not staying here either.
Yeah.
All throughout the South doing the Southern things. So, I mean, I wonder if it's the same effect. I looked it up. Right now in the NHL, there are about 30 black players that are on the main teams. There's 30 black players.
Better than
Okay.
20 years ago. That's better than 20 years ago.
But I'm just saying, right now, there's 30 black players
Wow,
there.
30?
You know, and some teams have up to 3.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? I would sit down and give you all the teams, but that was just a lot of pointless writing. Just know it's 30 black brothers that's up there and playing high in the NHL. Now, I go back to my question.
Right.
Do you think his team supports his wishes?
I don't think they do. I mean, as far as what hockey is has been representing, I don't think his team is supporting him. I would say publicly they won't support him. Behind closed doors, I believe they do because everybody has their own political reasons. But the thing is, just like the NFL right now, that has been sold out by Trump because they thought Trump was going to be behind them, and guess what he did to them? He nixed the Eagles. So, of course, they're going to come in public and say, "Oh, we don't support him," just in the name of the administration. Because if they say, "Hey, man, this guy doesn't want to go, so we're not going to go," guess what Trump's going to do? The same thing he did with the Eagles, man. So they're going to go publicly and not support his brother. Unfortunately, that's going to happen, man. They're not going to do that.
Well, see, the Eagles, I think they squandered a very valuable opportunity
Yeah.
by not going. Like, see, if I don't like somebody, I'm going to go just so I can see in person and talk with that person and gauge a feeling with that person.
Right.
So the Eagles really squandered an opportunity if they really wanted to put an end to all this racial divide in our country. They squandered an opportunity by just go and talk to the guy.
Yeah, and I think on the flip side, I think Trump really missed an opportunity.
Yes.
Even if
It's not Trump.
But listen,
Yes,
listen,
I
it
believe
is Trump.
Yeah, how is it Trump? It's not Trump. Trump is not the one saying, "I'm not going to go see him because Trump is in office." No, that's
well,
the
listen,
Eagles who
and that
messed
was
up an opportunity
that's
to maybe get in this guy's ear.
Okay.
How do you know if you don't go to talk to Trump and say, "Hey, look, Trump, we don't like the fact that the police is running around here beating up people, just running out here killing people, and this is our problem we have." And how do you know face to face Trump don't say, "You know what, man, you're right."
Well, listen to what
I'm just saying, you squandered an opportunity.
And
to
also,
bring peace.
Trump squandered an opportunity as well
Stop
because
trying to spin it on Trump. Trump is the idiot here. We already know this.
let me finish. But let me
Yeah,
finish.
yeah,
Let my point get out here too. The reason why Trump squandered this opportunity because he could have talked to the owner and figured out a way to bridge this gap with the owners as well. Because basically, what has been said with this collusion case going on with Colin Kaepernick and everything is the fact that these owners are scared of Trump.
Mm-hmm.
That is coming out that Jerry Jones said they did what they did because of Trump.
Yes.
Jerry Jones ain't scared
Okay.
of Trump.
They did
This is what
they
they're
did.
saying. This is what it's saying in deposition
Do you believe
in
that?
court.
I believe
It doesn't matter
Do
what I
you believe that? Do you believe Jerry Jones is scared of
He's the
Trump?
president of the United States.
Oh my
Brother
God.
1 million. Do you know
but
that
listen-
Trump was
But here's the thing. I'm not finished. Let me finish here. Okay? Listen to this.
Oh my God.
What I'm saying is Trump
Hey, I own
squandered
that
an
bridge over there by
opportunity
my
because
house, man.
Trump
I'll sell it to you.
because Trump could have put an olive branch out there just like he did with Kim Kardashian. Listen to this. Trump had a meeting with Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian was actually trying to get women out of prison for, wrongfully convicted. And she got that done. Talking to Trump, had a woman who was convicted wrongfully for
within a week.
within a week. And she was in there for 20-something years for
I know, the grandma.
exact. Now, this is what they could have had together, too. Trump could have talked to the
So
owners
if
and talked to what's going on instead of having these divisive narratives of what he's saying about the anthem. He's saying that the anthem is about had to be patriotic and everything like that, but it's not about that. It's about police brutality and injustice in the black community and minority communities as well.
Can I talk?
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Kim Kardashian did what the Philadelphia Eagles should have did. She went and talked to him.
Yeah.
Something got done.
Because she's a celebrity, man.
It doesn't matter.
She's a
She
celebrity,
went and
man.
talked to him,
Okay.
and something got done.
Well, actually,
Now, had the Philadelphia Eagles went and talked to him, maybe something could have
Well,
got
let me
done.
ask you a question.
Does it make
If
sense what
someone-
I'm saying?
If someone
There were
comes,
two stories, though. They were saying that first they went to him, and somehow they went to him as far as switching up the schedule, and he was traveling somewhere. So the next time, the White House talked to the Eagles, And the Eagles told the White House that, hey, you know, we're going to show up, but we're only going to bring just our small personnel.
At 10 players.
At
There's
first
10
it
players.
so
At
they got
first it was
mad.
40.
It's 10 players
I know,
that want
at
to go.
first it was
It
40,
goes
then it
both
was
ways.
10.
It goes both ways. I mean, to me, what I was going to say is this. The Eagles should have taken this opportunity, not just to go see Trump, just to have the opportunity just to be in the White House. Isn't that what, you know, every champion does? Isn't that what they do when they win?
Well,
I want to go
I
to the
mean,
White
that's a
House.
fact.
Who cares about the president?
Hey,
Well,
but that's
well,
back in the day when
it seems-
politics wasn't crashing
well,
into sports.
It seems
But
now.
yeah.
It seems now that there's more sports, not just NFL. It's NBA as well. LeBron James said what he said, that him or either team
Right.
is not going because of the things Trump has said to them. Trump uninvited the Golden State Warriors last season because of their standing with the players in the NFL.
No.
You're from New York, right?
Okay.
You're from
Yeah.
New York, and you know Trump. You know Trump's vendetta against the NFL is personal, right? I can go back to the Bills.
This.
Yeah.
But-
And you know that's what he's doing it for.
But
That's ridiculous.
my main issue is the fact that if a president is coming at players, calling them SOBs,
Mhm.
saying things like they should be not just fired but deported, okay? You're a president. And you're saying that people that are born and raised in America should be deported. Where are you going to deport them? There's no country to deport
South Pacific.
national,
Wakanda,
There's
man,
no-
Wakanda.
but there's no
Yeah,
country to
send
deport
them to
national
Wakanda.
citizens.
Give him the tattoo under the lip. The glowing tattoo. You know what it is.
But if,
Send him to your Wakanda.
Wakanda
But
is the place.
if I'm protesting
Right.
something that's bothering my people in my country, why would I speak to a president that's telling the whole world that they should deport natural citizens? That makes no sense, and I understand why
But it
they
happens
didn't.
every day around the world.
What do you mean?
You don't never heard of the refugees. You ain't seen the people who ran through Germany, who Germany's kicking the heck
This
out.
is- but
That
this
happens every day
But-
around the
but
world.
we're in
What are you talking
America.
about?
But we're in America.
Yeah, we're in America.
So you're gonna
what makes
deport-
us so different?
So you're gonna deport an NFL player that's against police brutality?
I'm a reporter. I would
Hey, I
deport
stopped doing
an
that. I
NFL
stopped
player
doing-
who
trying
don't
to
make a
tell
play
Americans.
for my team. You gotta go.
Garbage.
But you know, but we all can agree that this is more of a vendetta against the NFL that President Trump is doing. We all can agree
Lord.
that, you know.
You're not gonna agree
He's-
with Kenya on this at all.
I mean, okay. Look, this is something that Trump knew what he was. He knows what he's doing. He got them in their hand. He got the NFL in his
But do you hear
hands,
what
man.
you're talking about?
Man, like-
Listen to what you're talking about. We're talking about the president in sports.
And he got. Do you know he has them?
This
mixed
guy
up
doesn't
there.
have a clue about what's going on in sports.
Well,
Until he came and started bringing patriotic into
and that's
sports,
the problem.
remember?
The problem is the fact that he is dividing, using the NFL to divide the country. He's using the NFL.
To divide the country.
That's what he's doing.
Okay,
There are people that was at the celebration, quote unquote, that had nothing to do with the Eagles, the word Eagles fans, or nothing like that at all. And when you're going on Twitter and you're saying things about NFL
That's the
players,
problem right there. He's going on Twitter.
he does it every day.
Like Colangelo,
Listen what I'm saying.
guys like me, Colangelo, Trump, we should be on Twitter.
But listen to what I'm saying. When you
It don't even
when
sound
you're
like no
going on-
grown man should be doing anyway. Twitter. I'm
But
gonna be on Twitter. I'm gonna
Kenny,
tweet.
when you're
Big
going
finger
on
tweeting.
when you're going on social media
What are you doing? I'm tweeting.
and you're bashing NFL players, you're bashing owners, and you're bashing the whole league as a whole to politicize for your base
Mm-hmm.
because they are against Colin Kaepernick because he's
God.
against.
Colin Kaepernick's
But
against himself.
listen,
No,
he's
he's
against. But listen, he's against police brutality, and he's the one that is going against the NFL. Okay, colluding with Trump. This is the reason why he's going against the NFL.
I've said it back
They're
then.
in
I said
court
it
right
then.
now.
I'm saying it right now. You ever heard Colin Kaepernick say anything?
Because he's in court.
But
That's
he
why I
wasn't in
didn't say
court
nothing.
when I said it before.
They've been
Everybody
in court
else
for the-
crying,
I
but
know.
Colin Kaepernick ain't said a dang
They've been
thing
in court for
because
the
he
past 3
doesn't
months.
care.
They've been in the court for the past 3
You know what
months.
Colin Kaepernick cares about? Giving his money away to some small village in Southeast Asia.
Okay, well, listen
No
to this.
way.
Listen,
What
okay,
are you
listen to
talking-
this. What just came out today is that Colin Kaepernick's attorneys can subpoena President Trump in this collusion case because of what Jerry Jones said.
We got people like Kim Jong-il out there, man, threatening to hit us with nukes, and everybody want to put him in court over Colin Kaepernick.
But whose fault is that?
I'm
That's
moving
Trump's
to Canada,
fault.
man. I'm outta
That's
here.
Trump's fault.
Did we do the show from Canada?
That's Trump's fault.
I'm
Trump
getting outta
put
here.
himself in that situation.
I'm out of here.
You know
man.
what? The best thing, what you said, we talked about a few weeks ago. Matter of fact, a couple weeks ago, right when the NFL.
Everybody want to blame Trump.
But listen, right
Instead
when
of
the
people
NFL.
who should be really getting blamed.
But he's the one who started this.
Oh God.
Listen to what I'm saying. I'm trying to agree with you right now. When the NFL started that policy, and what did we say? If they didn't do nothing, it was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
It was
If you
going to
leave
go
it
away.
alone, it goes away.
It was going to go away. And then they did that, and who ignited the fire? Trump did. Trump
No, the
ignited
NFL
the
ignited the fire by trying to make a fake rule. That's who we. Come on now.
They did, but then who
Oh
put
my God!
gasoline on
But
that?
but the
Who put
gasoline.
gasoline on that? It's Trump on
didn't
Twitter.
put any gasoline. Trump did that before the Super Bowl.
No, this is right.
These idiots. It was
Kenny,
going away,
Kenny,
and these
I know.
idiots brought. Oh well, we have a new rule.
Look, Kenny,
You have to
listen
stand at the. If you're outside, you have to stand up with your hand over your heart. If you're in the room, what do you think they're gonna do? Stand in the locker room? Okay,
And
today.
but who doused gasoline on that? Was
The
Trump. because
NFL owners,
I know.
because if they not said anything.
But I know what you mean. But listen, right after they did that, who doused gasoline on that? Was Trump. Going on Twitter, bashing the NFL for that rule.
But he went on
Bashing.
Twitter and see right now what you're doing is what they did when they showed the Eagles kneeling, but they were really after the game praying. This is what you're doing right now. You keep trying to tell the narrative back to Trump when it's the owners who brought the stuff back to the forefront of attention.
I know that. But what
So
I'm saying
Trump
is,
has nothing to do with that.
yes, he does. Because
He sent those tweets calling them SOBs before the
and
Super
that's
Bowl.
the reason why they did that.
The Super Bowl
because
was
they were
last
scared,
year.
Because they were scared of Trump.
I think they were
They-
afraid of Trump,
no,
man.
if you think that these rich billionaire dudes are scared of Trump,
They all
I own that bridge by my house, but
In
I
the
would like to sell it to
deposition-
you for $1 million.
Brother,
You
$1
go
million,
read that.
man.
Go read it. In the deposition, that's
Oh
what Jerry
my
Jones
God.
is saying. The
Jerry
reason why
Jones,
they came up
do
with
you
that is
really
because
think Jerry Jones is afraid of Donald Trump?
they could
Yes.
be lying right
I
now.
think if they lined
They
it
could
up
be
in the
lying.
room, if they lined it up, Jerry Jones would put them hands on him.
Because he's in power, so they're afraid of him. Right now, he's in power,
He
so they're afraid of him.
ain't nobody afraid of Donald Trump. Trump is afraid of himself.
Yeah, well,
Oh my
I
God.
say in front of Melania, but
Oh my
but
God.
I mean, but you know, he got the NFL twist up, brother.
How do you
$1
think
million.
those guys became millionaires or billionaires?
Okay,
You
look,
think
listen,
it's by being afraid of Trump?
listen.
Come
listen,
on, man.
Before
Use common sense. I tell my son that
Kenny.
every day.
before we go back, we got to go to break.
Yeah,
We
my
got to
break.
come back, and we're talk more about this. But I want to explain something to you.
Mhm.
Oh God.
The reason why this is snowballing to what's going on now. First of all, we just talking about with the players kneeling, and that was Fox News creating a dumb narrative, and Chris Long went on Instagram and Twitter and blasted them on that because that was a bald face lie.
I
Because
remember it.
the Eagles
I read it.
never knelt. They never knelt.
No,
they
player
had their
did.
fist up and
Malcolm
they
Jenkins
held.
should have took his narrow black butt to the White House and talked to that man about that. Maybe some real stuff would have got done. Other than that, it's still just spinning your wheels and
Well,
nothing is getting
remember-
done. You got a new group every 5 minutes. Me too.
Well,
Coming
remember,
back. Hash brown.
We're
Oh
back.
my God.
It's a nice
Taxman got
scenario.
you down. The Bilal Company is here to help. For 50 years, the Bilal Company has focused on building meaningful, long-lasting relationships, ensuring clients understanding any and all complicated tax code services, including accounting, tax preparation, counseling, and more for both businesses and individuals. The office is located at 1204 East Baseline Road, Suite 104 in Tempe. More information can be found at Bilalco.com. That's BLAUCO.com. We'll be right back with more Mark My Words Sports Show after this.
That's not Trump, man. That's the NFL owners keeping this shit going. Trump is just a victim. If anything, he's a victim.
He's not a victim.
Yes, he's a victim.
No,
You know why
he's
he's a
not.
victim?
I don't know why
Because
you keep saying that.
he's a victim. I'm gonna tell you why he's a victim. Because he doesn't know how to get out of his own way. He's like Viv.
He's not a victim.
Yes, he is. He's
He
like
knows
Viv.
exactly what he's doing.
He doesn't know how to get out of his own way.
But he knows exactly what he's doing. You know why? Because his little ass base is the only thing they're holding on to. He need to worry about more than just the NFL. He got so much more to worry about than the NFL. And he's the one.
Trump ain't even worried about the NFL.
No, yes, he is. He's the
Trump
one.
ain't said shit else about the NFL.
Yes, he has.
Where?
The other day, with putting all that on TV.
What?
They put that on
what
TV.
did he put on TV?
That what's the name? That celebration. When the Eagles said no, he still had the celebration. And it was just him, a few people, and a military band, and all they did, they played Star Spangled Banner and a bunch of patriotic songs. It was on.
Who cares about that? That's not him. Oh my
I mean, that's not him. He was right there in front.
So
he was
what?
right there in
That's not
front.
him. Nobody cares about that. That's not saying anything about that. He just did something. Come on, man. Knock it off.
I don't know, man.
Knock it off. Oh my God, I'm so nauseous. You guys get mad at the wrong people. You really do.
Okay.
Trump is a victim here.
Why you say that?
Because he doesn't know how to get out of his way. I just answered it. He doesn't know how to get out of his own way. That's why he's a victim. He's too stupid to get out of his own way.
But they're basically calling him a child.
Yeah, basically, here you go. Here you go. There you go. Now
Well,
you
he's
now you
far
leading
from
up to
that.
where I'm saying, where I'm coming from. I don't like the guy, honestly, but I'm not gonna sit there and let you just tear him up and shit for no reason. He ain't doing
Up,
shit.
and I'm just stating the facts.
He's not tearing. How's he tearing himself up? Oh, I know how, because he tweets. He tweets. But he ain't tweeted nothing about the NFL
he
since he
did.
tweeted that
Yes, he
thing
did.
before the Super Bowl.
Yes, he did. That's what you're not
Okay,
listening.
Okay, what did he tweet?
The past 4
what
or
did he
5.
tweet?
As soon as the NFL thing, that's what I'm trying to. Before you speak, as soon as the NFL policy came out, he bashed the NFL for that. He bashed the Eagles. He's been doing this for the past month. That's what I'm saying. He just says something every day about the NFL, damn near for the past month and a half. That's what I'm saying. And I'm not. And it's not even. It's not even on ESPN or whatever. I mean, watching CNN, NBC, other stuff, and it just pops up. Trump said this. Trump said that. What are you looking at?
I don't know. It just keeps popping
I
up
have
on my
no
fucking
clue what you're
phone.
looking at. I don't know what that is. Get off of it.
Look, it keeps
Hold
just
on,
popping
Kenny.
up.
I know, but hold on, Kenny. That's an ad. Get off of it. I gotta do this. I can't look at your phone. We got 20 seconds left.
Ooh, the pot. I bumped that on the way home.
Mark my words, sports show is back. We had that heated discussion about Trump and the NFL and everything. I need you guys to call in, 602-354-8823. What do you guys think about that whole situation with the Eagles, with the national anthem situation, with the Colin Kaepernick collusion case, anything you want to talk about, 602-354-8823. I'm going to change the narrative, to change the situation right now, and something that, another NFL thing that's kind of really big is the fact that come out today that T.O. will not attend the Hall of Fame ceremony. What do you think about that? That T.O. just said he's going to celebrate somewhere else privately, and that there's a lot of people bashing him for that. Well, I mean, what's your take on that?
It's the first time it's ever been done. Okay, remember a few years ago, he got into it at the training room and went to his front yard and started doing sit-ups.
Yeah.
Remember that? I think we were together that day.
The whole world was right there.
Doing sit-ups, and he's doing sit-ups like normally. Who goes in the front yard and do sit-ups right there at the end of the driveway?
Yeah.
It's for me. It's like, look at me. Hey, I need attention.
It is.
Look at
attention.
me. And that's all it boils down to. Let's see here. Let's talk about next story.
I think really the main problem is with that is the fact that he wasn't a first ballot, and he believes he should be a first ballot. And a lot of people do believe he should have been a first ballot Hall of Famer.
No.
And
he dropped too many footballs.
And the problem with him and the writers has been the
His
problem
fault.
for years.
Truly
for
his
years.
fault.
Now,
Truly his
something
fault.
in his favor is the fact that he's never been caught with any drugs. He's never had no domestic violence issues. He's never had nothing outside of sports.
Okay, so now you're glorifying him for doing what you're supposed to do.
No, what I'm saying is this.
That's what you just said.
There's players that done a whole lot worse that people will be like, oh, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
So okay,
But
is Lawrence Taylor a first ballot Hall of Famer?
Yeah,
Yeah.
but here's the thing.
But Lawrence Taylor did
A lot
all
of
kind of crap.
writers-
Lawrence Taylor did all kind of crap. He
But
clipped
let me-
y'all out of the whole
Let
state.
me finish. A lot of writers probably wouldn't put him as first ballot.
But did he go first ballot?
He did.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. You're simple, man.
So why didn't T.O. go first ballot?
Because T.O. got mad at the people who was in charge of putting his butt in. So when you kick your employer off, what do you think happens to you?
Get fired.
Basically. So that's what he did. Now back to doing the sit-ups in the front yard in front of all the news people, like that's his normal routine.
Yeah, that's true.
I just go straight to the point, man. I'm old. I don't have time to twist around. You know what I mean? That's just T.O. right there. He's a diva. He needs to be seen. He should have wrote the book, Throw Me the Damn Ball. You know what I mean? That's who this guy is. He wants attention, and that's how he gets it. He's too old to play in the league now. Nobody wants his old butt, and that's how he gets his attention. Seriously, and that's it. Okay, I think it's cool. Nobody has ever did what he's doing, so you're a trendsetter. But at the same time, man, you just still butthurt that you ticked off your employers, the people who are in charge of this thing. You ticked them off. Maybe being smart and controlling your mouth a little bit, and your attitude a little bit. Seriously, and you probably would have been a first ballot Hall of Famer. But because you ticked off the people who are in charge, regardless of who they are, what happens? You get fired. You get canned. You get whacked. That's how they said it in Goodfellas. Everybody knows the rules. You get whacked.
Can you tell me something? He's trying to get back in the league?
Yeah.
With San Francisco, I don't know how that's happened. He's like, what, 43, 44 years old?
He's 100 years old. Ain't nobody gonna touch him with us. And then it's the circus that comes along with him. See, he's like Tebow. You can't put him on there because if you want to have a good camp where you get work done, but you can't get work done because you got your HBO Sports over here trying to get in there and talk to T.O.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Remember the Tour de Terrell? When he showed up to the Dallas Cowboys facility in the Lance Armstrong get-up?
Mm-hmm.
Talk about, I'm on the Tour de Terrell. See, all that kind of stuff right there got him third ballot instead of first ballot. Seriously. You wasn't all that great, brother, to be doing stuff like that. Like Randy Moss, where did he go? First ballot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, Randy Moss, here's the difference between Randy Moss and Terrell Owens. Randy Moss had a skill set and a talent to run that 9 route like no other. And that 9 route, if you can run that 9 route, rather you can run any other route, that 9 route is going to get you a big paycheck, brother, like Cliff Branch. His word was speed kills. Raiders, baby, that's what I'm talking about, Raiders.
Well,
speed kills.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what
That's
happens.
what got him there. But see, Randy Moss ticked off his employers, right?
T.O.
No, I'm talking about Randy Moss.
Okay.
You know when he mooned the crowd over in Green Bay, he mooned them when he scored the touchdown and all the antics that he did. But here's the thing. He had a skill set and a talent that was better than T.O.'s.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens leading up to the
who knows?
to the Hall
Everybody
of
might
Fame.
start doing it.
He may change his mind. He may go back because people are.
Well, Stephen A. said he's going to talk to the brother, man, and try to
A lot
talk
of
some
people are,
sense
a
into
lot of
his
people are
head.
talking to him, and
They need to talk some sense into him.
Now this
Dummy.
next story just broke as well. So let me just play what happened with the Julian Edelman
Oh,
for the Patriots.
they're going to win another Super Bowl. It's giving them
Patriots wide
fodder.
receiver Julian Edelman is facing a 4-game suspension for performance-enhancing substance. Now, that case is under appeal right now, and we'll see whether or not he can have any of that overturned. And the system's not infallible, and we'll see how it works out over time. But this is yet another interesting twist for the New England Patriots, with their wide receiver now facing a 4-game suspension moving forward. And obviously, he will try to fight this. He will try to have this reduced. The appeal right now is underway as we speak. But again, we talked about being there for OTAs and some of these other wide receivers now who could figure even more prominently. Plus, we also have a situation where we've seen this team, the Patriots team last year, started without Tom Brady for 4 games. It's missed Gronk at various points for 4 games.
You know, that
And now
is
we've
true.
got a player who's coming off a torn ACL, who turned 32 years old last month, now obviously facing a 4-game suspension.
Hey, you know, that is true.
Yes.
Wait a minute, that might have validated some stuff for Belichick for me there.
Now,
Because he was the coach.
yeah,
Wasn't like he was suspended.
it seems like there's a bigger problem with the Patriots. We've talked about the Tom Brady,
We need some
Belichick
sleazy
crap.
music whenever we talk about this. We need to play some sleazy music. That's what
Right.
we need to do. I'm going to find some sleazy music.
Now, the main problem, I would say, the Belichick crap, Tom Brady situation. Tom Brady finally got to OTAs, and you know, Belichick say they have no problem and everything, but then this happens. Edelman gets caught with PEDs. Now, a lot of times NFL is kind of like, you know, okay, whatever. You know, they get suspended, come back, and it's like much ado about nothing. But it's the Patriots now. Time and time again, there's always something. You know, Deflategate, Spygate, you know, Gronk going back and forth saying he's going to retire or not. The problem with Tom Brady and the trainer, you know, and basically the split between the team. Is this not just another chink in the armor, but is this basically Rome is falling?
We've been saying Rome was falling for about the last 5 to 6 years, but them bricks seem like they still pretty sturdy. It ain't like the wall of Jericho where you march 200 times around it and it goes blowing the horn and everything. No.
Yeah,
Rome is still standing.
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, there's
I guess we gotta
chinks going on in the armor, and
Yeah, the chinks, but the foundation's still strong.
I mean, like Adam Schefter said, Tom Brady, 4-game suspension.
Right.
They go win the Super Bowl. You know,
It's like-
Gronkowski out. You know, injuries. You know, they go back to the Super Bowl, and now
Did he
Edelman,
retire?
No, he's
I'm
still.
on Gronk
He's still
watch.
I'm not sure if he's at OTs right now, but he's still. You know,
Sometimes he be
He's
retiring,
still there,
sometimes he
yeah.
playing, you know, I'm retiring, now I'm
I
playing.
think he's out somewhere. You know, partying it up like he usually does. But he should be back.
You think that'd be drunk talk?
You know, hey, it might be. It
I'm
might
gonna
be with
say
Gronk.
something, but I'm retiring. I'm gonna go work for Fox News or ESPN.
It might be, but it seems
Blame
like
it on the
there's so much.
call.
It seems like there's so much negative talk over there about in the Patriot land.
And it's been like that for the last 4 or 5 seasons, and they still come out and win.
Yeah, I mean, but what do you do in Patriots? You have Edelman possibly out for 4 games. You just gonna plug in somebody else like
That's
they
what they
usually
do. They go find the next white boy. Plug him
Never
up.
can't say all that like that. So, you know, but I would say.
Oh yeah, Hash Brown.
I would say with the Patriots, you know what? This may be, you know, a time for you have the Eagles winning the championship. They're the favorites right now to win it next year. And
Are they?
Tom Brady, he's on his last legs, but he's still looking like, you know, he can go a couple more years. But if you don't have that supporting cast with Gronkowski, you don't know. You got Edelman right now.
What if they come out
Gonna
that
be
he's taking
suspended.
PEDs?
Who's that?
Tom Brady.
Oh,
Is he
then
still
it's
the GOAT?
over. Then it's over. No, he's not. He's not the GOAT.
If he's
No.
if it's found that he was taking PEDs,
It's not. I mean, right now, there's really an issue with Peyton Manning with that little thing that was going on with
but he
in
just
Denver.
threw his wife under his bus though.
But still, he did do it just like Colangelo. He threw his wife under the bus.
Hey, Roger Clemens did it too. Oh, TT, you gonna get it. You better pray nothing happens. Boy, I'm throwing you all up under the bus. A
Yeah.
moving one at that.
You know, you got rumblings about Peyton Manning, and if there is any rumblings about Tom Brady, I mean, I would say that legacy is very tarnished. I mean,
I'm just
even
saying.
with Deflategate. Now in the Boston
I'm
area,
45. How old is he? 45, 46?
he's 40.
He's
He
40.
just turned 40 last season. Yeah.
If he's playing like this at this level at 42, 43, and I know how I felt, That's about the time where Rome started crumbling for me. About 43. And if he's still playing like that then, man, I know something is wrong, man. You got to watch him 24/7.
Well, here's another question. LeBron James, 15 years, nothing going on.
I told you what's going to happen to him. I already know what goes. That's why I don't want to give him no money.
Question Tom Brady, would you question LeBron James if he gets to 40 and he's playing still?
And I'm going to tell you why no. Because it's two different sports. You're not getting hit. You know what I mean? In basketball, you're not. You get hit, but it's a different kind of hit. Can you follow what I'm saying?
And usually PEDs right now are really for recovery. You know, it's more injuries, and they use that to recover faster. And it looked like with Edelman, he had a torn ACL, so he gets caught with PEDs, obviously. You know, so.
It's just a sleazy, real sleazy feeling.
And you know what the main problem is? The NFL, that's kind of the norm. There's a lot of players that get caught with performance-enhancing drugs, and it seems like it just gets swept.
Why do we even try to test it though? Because you know your players need it. You know you need to put these players back under to keep butts in the seat. You know what I mean? So PEDs welcome. If you want to stop it, just like if you want to stop the flow of drugs in them, legalize all of it.
But you know what's crazy though?
Legalize every last bit of it.
Is the fact that they let these players get shot up with all kinds of drugs and opioids, but they illegal for marijuana, medicinal marijuana, which is proven, you know, to help these players. You know, it's very much proven. There was a player from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers that tried to go against the NFL on that policy and lost because of he got addicted to opioids and whatnot, and now he can't, you know, he using medicinal marijuana. With this going on with Edelman and the PEDs, like, let's say he does have a press conference, say he had to take them because of the pain and because of his recovery. And let's say he was really honest and contrite and tells the real story of what happened. Does this maybe change that, hey, maybe the NFL does need to look at medical marijuana?
We turned into the bud coach.
Well, this is what I'm saying. Like this is something that's very serious in the NFL, is the fact that if you don't want these players using performance-enhancing drugs.
So what happens in like states like Washington and Denver? I mean,
I think that goes by team, that, you know, if it's illegal in the NFL, they still can't take it. You know, just like at your job. If you're in Denver and your job says you can't be having, you know, weed in your system, but you're in Denver, either you abide by those rules or you got to quit. You can find another job.
Well, finding another job. I like making the magic happen.
And another story, speaking of legalizing things, is the legalizing of sports gambling, which is just started, and I have sound of the governor, John Carney, talking about the sports betting in Delaware, which is the first state this past week that, you know, started sports betting.
We're here with Governor John Carney. Governor Carney, what does this mean for Delaware?
Well, for us, it enables us to be first. Once again, we were the first state, the state that started this nation. We'll be the first state outside of Las Vegas to allow legal gaming on sports in the country. I don't expect that we'll be the first and only one for long. But for us, it's really an enhancement of our tourism industry. We attract a lot of visitors to our state, particularly this time of year during the summer, coming to our beautiful beaches south of here. They come here to stop at the casinos and do slot machine gambling, table gaming, and this will be another opportunity for them. Next week, or in a couple of weeks, we have the Firefly Music Festival, again, something else for those people that go to that concert.
Now, we got to go to break first, but when we come back, talk a little bit about sports betting, and then we're going to go to the name game and Ken's 5 things. Yep.
Programming on Radio Phoenix is supported in part by Los Compadres, restaurant located at 2350 West Northern in Phoenix. Serving the Valley since 1958, Los Compadres. offers a full menu of Mexican cuisine, including dinner, drinks, and specials. For more information, I wrote this, didn't write it right. For more information, takeout orders and reservations are available by calling 602-864-0043, y'all. Or online at Los Compadres, A-to-Z.com.
And we'll be right back with our last music break. Mark My Word Sports Show. This is Amazing Frankie Beverly before I let you go.
Uh-oh, my jam. You make me happy. I wanna make you right, girl, before I go. This hour went by fast.
Mm-hmm. Thanks everybody for watching. Please y'all subscribe to our YouTube page, Mark My Word Sports Show. Like our Facebook page, Mark My Word Sports page. Alright, appreciate y'all watching. Mark My Word Sports Show is back. Amazing Frankie Beverly. Before I let you go, you know, that cookout music. And as we're talking about the legalization of sports gambling, we talked about this for some time now, and now it's starting to happen.
I thought Atlantic City would be first, but
well,
I guess
Delaware
was
beat
sitting there
to
waiting.
it. The second state is going to be New Jersey, and they're just waiting on a governor to put in the word and get that started. Do you think people are going to use this as just kind of a recreational thing, or do you think it's going to just stay the same? It's going to be just out in the open now?
It's going to stay the same, because if you was gambling before, same cats that's gambling now is going to be the ones gambling on it now. If you wasn't no gambler such as myself, you're not going to be interested in none of that.
And what do you think is going to happen if, let's say, because the NFL, the NBA, baseball, they're all, want a piece of the pie, of this money that they potentially be billion-dollar revenue, which is already billion-dollar revenue in a sports betting, but now it's legalized. Do you think the NFL and the NBA and NHL, these the top four sports, maybe put something in the stadiums or something, like a little booth where, if you want to bet on the game, that you just go over there to the corner, put your bet in, or would that be just something else where you have to go to the casino?
That's a good question. A good question like that is best answered by, it's going to be state by state and how they determine how they want to do it. I don't know. I'm not in the sleazeball world of gambling, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a gambler myself, but it's interesting the fact to see that.
Sleazeball. I think of gambling and I think of the mafia. You know what I mean? Card sharks, guys doing card tricks.
I think nowadays it's not like that. I mean, it's been more acceptable in the past. I would say the past 5 to 10 years. I mean, you used to, sports networks
Pete Rose, a lifetime ban. That told me I don't want to be a gambler.
And you know what? If you're gonna legalize it, I think you gotta put him in. You gotta put him in.
He should have been put in a long time ago.
Yeah,
That's
he should
stupid
have.
that
You
he's
gotta
not
put him in. Just because he won't tell the truth, and then he did, and then they're like, oh, well, you're still not gonna let you in.
Right.
Put him in, man. Put
Marks.
Pete Rose in the Hall of Fame.
That's what we call y'all in the hood, marks.
So, this part of the show is
The name game.
everybody knows about this. The name game. I have 5 names Kenny hasn't seen, and he's gonna guess if they had a good game or bad game. So, first up,
Boot Lily.
I have Zverev.
Zerver. That sounds like some bad cough, sir. Zerver.
Sipping on some Zverev.
Zerver. That's a bomb
Sipping on
name.
some Zverev.
He had a bad name. He got teased a lot when he was growing up.
So they have a good game or bad game.
I don't say about bad. Whatever.
You alright?
What kind of sport did he play?
I'm not gonna tell. We don't guess. There's no
Did he play in the La Liga?
there's no guessing here.
He didn't
Good
play in
game
the La Liga?
or bad game.
He had a dope name. He had a good game. I like his name. Zuzza. I said a bad game at first. Though.
No, you didn't. You
Uh-huh.
said good name, bad name. No, you can't switch every time you're wrong.
You played me.
He lost in the French Open to Dominique Thiem. 6-4, 6-2, 6-1.
He plays tennis.
Yes.
Zuzza.
This next one is Finn Boxen.
Ben Bachman. He had a bad name, man. I ain't gonna even try to clown him. He
Good
can clown
game
by
or
way.
bad
I just
game?
said, see, that's how you did
No,
me
you
the
say
last time.
you say he has a bad name. Does he have a good game or a
I
bad
said
game?
bad game.
Did he have a
Quickly.
bad game? Okay.
I said I'm not going to clown him. Just like I said my boy Deserve had a bad game. And then you talked to me and made me change my ways.
How did I change your ways?
Because you didn't hear me say, I felt like the Detroit Lions when I called tails. Pittsburgh Steelers when I called tails to get out of there on Thanksgiving Day.
That didn't make any sense, but all right. He scored a goal in a 2-2 tie against Ghana. Iceland soccer player, international friendly.
Hey, the Iceland, there's 6 people in the country, but they becoming strong in soccer. There's 6 people.
Rosario.
That's Edwin Rosario. I know who that is.
Smacking on the mic. Hey, come on
I'm
now.
sorry, that's Edwin Rosario.
Who's that?
Edwin Rosario.
Who?
Edwin Rosario.
No.
Trying to give me
Did
a
he have
soccer
a good
player.
game or a bad game?
He had a good game.
Rosario.
Right.
Eddie Rosario, left fielder for the Twins. 3 at-bats, 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs in the 7-2 win over the White Sox.
The name just got to be Rosario, baby.
Story.
Trevor Story. He had a good game.
He actually had a bad game.
But I know where it was, huh? I should get
Yeah,
the
you
thing
did.
for that.
No, you don't.
Why?
Because he had a bad game.
But I knew his first name. I knew who he was.
He had a bad game.
That should be exciting for you.
You know a lot of players, so you know what I mean. That's why it's kind of difficult for me to find players because I know you know a lot, especially in baseball and football and basketball. So he did have a bad game.
Wait.
6 at bats, 1 hit, and a 7-5 loss to the Reds. This last one, Komarov.
Alexei Komarov. He had a good game.
Nope, not him.
He had a good
It's
game.
not him.
I thought he had a good game. See how you be doing me? You be cheating.
Arkamov Komarov
Oh, what?
of Uzbekistan.
What?
He had a red card in a 3-0 loss to Uruguay.
See, here you go with that darn soccer.
Yeah, I got a bonus one.
Nah, man, we done, man. That was a terrible game for me this week. Yeah, let me read the 5 things, man.
All right.
Play the music. Cue the beat. Drop the beat, Craig. Sound like your stomach growling. Ken's 5 things. Sponsored by no one. Mesa police beats up a man for just standing up on the wall yard with his phone. Have you guys seen that this weekend? Did you see the Mesa police?
Everybody's seen it. It's terrible.
My man came up over there. The cop came over, snatched the phone, made him twice to the chest, and then dropped 4 surgical shots to the brother's chin, knocking him out. And now they're suspended with pay. Y'all gonna feel it, y'all. Amazon
This is the
Echo.
thing we be talking about.
Right, with pay. Amazon Echo fashion look camera. Every week I'm talking about Amazon, huh? They probably gonna be the major corporation that's gonna take over the world. Anyway, it's now available to everyone in the United States for $200. This takes your pictures of your clothing and your style and makes fashion accommodations or recommendations for you. In other words, the Amazon Echo gonna tell you, don't wear that, dog. Them clothes look terrible on you, man. Go change. For $200, you can have that.
I'm good. I'm good. I know how to dress myself.
Ex-Celtic star, number 3, ex-Celtic star Glenn Big Baby Davis is charged with felony assault and he faces 7 years in prison. Police also found 126 grams of weed and $92,000 in a hotel room in Maryland.
Didn't we just talk about this before? That's crazy.
That's
He just
nuts.
can't stay out of the news.
Mm.
We just talked about him doing that, getting caught with all that weed.
That's terrible. IHOP is changing its name, y'all, to IBOB. IHOB.
Yeah, that's weird. I see now. I guess International House of Breakfast. I don't know. Whatever.
Right.
It's still IHOP. You're still IHOP. Okay?
You hopping, boy.
Yeah.
Okay. You can save money by switching to Geico.
Really?
That's
Seriously?
number 5.
Seriously?
That's a tip, man. I'm telling the rest of our listeners to switch to Geico.
Hey, thanks everyone for watching and listening to Mark My Words Sports Show. We appreciate you on Facebook Live. Sorry for Ken smacking in your ear over here. And we'll be back next week, possibly talking about the sweep of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Possibly.
Possibly. I don't know. LeBron James may have something up his sleeve. He said he's the best in the world, so he gonna have to pull out one game to be considered the best in the world.
There we go again.
So Mark My Words Sports Show will be back next week, and we always be gonna keep it 1 million.
1 million. Does DJ Beck still have a show now? All right.
Broadcasting is made possible by a grant from Shiner Gold Pomade. Regular, special, and clay hair holds for men and women. Shave soap
Thank y'all
and
for watching.
merchandise.
Peace
Retail
out.
Locations
See y'all
in the
next
US
week.
or online store anywhere in the world at shinergold.com. Shiner Gold on Facebook.
Dad, this is fun. I didn't think I liked kayaking.
Well, I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Kayaking.
I think it's time to head back in.
Okay. Can we come back?
Sure. Hey, be careful getting out of the boat.
It's a kayak, Dad.
I'm gonna return the kayak.
Can we walk home?
How about a taxi?
It's a short fare from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit